Def.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm here for some reason doing a show. I don't know why. I guess I felt bored and wanted to bring it back since I have all my studies in place now and stuff, and all the stuff that happened a couple weeks ago got me riled up again. So I'm back. I saw someone in the chat ask about what Cod Olympics is, and just a little backstory. It is what I referred to as CoD Champs. I didn't call it CoD Championships. I called it the CoD Olympics, just for the fact that it's from teams around the world coming to one place. It's not from the necessarily the best teams in the world coming to the same place. But that's the title. That's the backstory for it. But the first thing I want to get into before we start talking about COD Champs, well, it's half COD Champs, half what went down today, is the most shocking moment that has happened in the past couple days and the least shocking moment that has happened the past couple days, and it both has to deal with TK. Now, the most shocking for me was TK only getting top 16, getting knocked out in the first round of the losers bracket. That was shocking. The least shocking was two players leaving TK after the matter. Now, we can go to the panel here now. Start with, Golden Boys. Since you were at COD Champs, you were casting, my friend. You were looking pretty spiffy there with your Michael Jackson blazer. I like it.
Why you gotta hate him on Blazer?
Dude, it's not hating, dude. Michael
Sounded like a
Jackson was the
compliment.
man, dude. What the hell?
Yeah, you're right, man. Michael Jackson is incredible.
All right.
Oh, he made Thriller.
Right?
Um,
What
yeah.
did you think about TK, man? I mean, they kind of shit the bed last weekend.
Dude, you want to talk about shit in the bed? Look no further. I mean, that was crazy. I didn't expect that at all. When it was me, Scott, Gandhi, Maven, and I think X, and we were like, because the way that they showed the randomized. So for those of you guys who don't know, the bracket was already done. So it was basically just like the night before the matches. All the matches weren't settled yet. Epsilon and Optic still had to play to settle their 1 and 2 in their group. But ESS, no one else did. It was all ESS. They set the bracket, and it was a pure just randomization of group A's 1 and 2 goes here, group B's 1 and 2 goes here, and so on and so forth, right? So no one knew where Optic would place and where Epsilon would place. So if anyone saying it's
Rigged.
yeah, none of that was going on. ESS doesn't even know what Optic is, so let's just move on with that.
Unbiased
So
third party.
yeah, exactly, unbiased third party, and not to take a dig on ESS, they're fucking incredible. It was just a joke. I love Craig, but anyway, so the whole thing that was really funny about it was we're looking at it, we saw TK going up against Optic. And I was just Informal was right next to us, and I just saw this smile on his face, like he was like, yeah, like he was ready, and I'm just like, dude, this is not good for Optic. Like they could go to the losers bracket already because TK was looking super strong going into this, and then and then there was a bed, and then there was just shit everywhere, and it was really
Shit
bad
everywhere.
It was really, really bad. But Optic, on top of that, though, I mean, just so I could say real quick, man, they fucking played hard this weekend. That was a whole new team. I think that SB LAN, Gandhi said in his video, it just made them better. And I don't think it necessarily made SB worse. I just think that Optic just was able to scrim against a team like SB nonstop, and they just became a much better team. And Nate shot, I give him all the credit in the world, man. The kid's a freaking monster in search, and he's great at blitz. He is probably the most annoying player to play against, I can only imagine, because he just sneaks behind you constantly. So when we saw that, we were just like, yeah, dude, this is bad. And then I'm casting over on one of the B, C, or D stations. I think it was C that day. And, I think it was X comes up to me. He's like, yo, TK just got 3-0'd by Optic. And I was like, what? What is life? And I had to get back to work. It's I can't even talk about it. I can't even reflect.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nuts. It was nuts. And and honestly, it was I don't think anyone's expected that, especially just the way that TK was going into it. Everyone thought they were going to place really well, but I don't know what happened.
Definitely, I mean, at least top 4. I mean, that's their credo right there, is at least a top 4 placement.
Yeah.
And it's just the way it happened and the way everything went down, getting top 16, that was just a huge shocker. And Pac-Man, you were a player there. What'd you think about TK getting knocked out so soon?
Honestly, whenever I'm playing, we were playing at the time actually, and so we're in our match. We're in our match. It's like 1-1. We're going on, and I'm always like, stay off your phone, stay off this, blah blah blah. But then we hear like Puckett over the PA system that they had there. It's like Optic has 3-0'd TK, and they're just like, what? Like that was like that to me. TK was the second best team in the game going in. Like they're
Yeah.
extremely strong, and like to hear that Optic 3-0'd. Not that Optic's bad, of course. They placed third, but
Optic played really well
right.
last
But
weekend.
still, I even if I would consider that an upset, and even then
Yeah.
a 3-0 is just shocking.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did. I mean, Optic is a rather large name within Call of Duty. I think none of us can disagree with that. But they've been pretty shaky lately, and even online, which we hate to go to online just because of the connection issues and Ghost is all around a pretty crappy game right now the way it is. So, but Optic showed up, man. They did that. Their run was crazy. Envy's run was absolutely ridiculous. But Frank, you were at home. Were you watching any of this, dude?
Yeah, man. I watched the whole thing. I actually like Saturday I didn't shower just because I like ended up being
You
way more
stinky
interested in it.
bastard.
Man, I just embraced I embraced the gamer life that day. The no life gaming stinky like gamer
You
kid.
stinky
And
bastard.
but like Optic turned up. I did not expect that at all. I have this, I would call it a fetish. I have like a fetish with watching Optic lose just because of their fan base, and I just search Optic on Twitter and I just read it. And
What?
like when Optics, you never done that, by the way?
No, I know. I don't
Okay.
randomly. I don't go to my browser and type in Optic and just see
On
what.
Twitter. You like the Twitter search. When
No,
Optic's
I don't even
playing,
do that. I don't want to see what people have to say about that shit. It's
it's the
probably
most
nuts.
entertaining thing I've ever read. I actually Saturday and Sunday I retweeted a bunch of it, like the funniest ones. There was like it was great. If next event, like if you have the time, I recommend it. But they
Mark
like
it
showed
on your calendars with MLG Anaheim to search
Yes.
Optic on Twitter.
that it'll be great. Just do it. Oh my gosh, it's incredible. All right, I'm gonna have to find some of those later, but they shut me up for sure. I have like I don't want to say I had like little respect for Optic. Obviously, I have respect for Optic, but like I didn't expect them to do so well. And when they showed up like that, playing like they were, I was like scared. And it seemed like they just came out of nowhere.
Wait, you were scared that they were gonna do good?
Yeah, because I've like spent like weeks not liking someone. You know what I mean? It's like you find out your
Oh,
girl's been
shit.
like doing stuff behind your back, and you're just like scared. You're like, have you been practicing this whole time? Like, how are you so good out of nowhere? Like you got 13th at like the last MLG event, and now you're just like 3-0ing TK. It's nuts. And man, they were looking like scary good. So they earned some serious merit badges in my book. And to place third, like I didn't expect them to place third, but man, I got love for Optic right now. I have to admit it.
Man,
Got a
from
little chub
hater
for Optic?
from
My
hater to
goodness.
lover in like split
Yeah,
second
like-
right there.
Like I'm still gonna take shots on Twitter, but but like in my heart, I know how I feel.
It's a love-hate relationship now. So you got to
Yeah.
keep up the appearances, but
Right.
behind closed doors, you're a huge fanboy for Optic now.
Yeah, I'm like I got.
So
nade
you're
shot
just like
posters.
98% of the rest of the COD community. All right, cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Welcome. Welcome.
I fit in now.
But Optic, I mean, what about Envy, dude? I mean, Envy, did you, I mean, I'm sure you guys did at the event, but watching that Envy Epsilon game and the fact that Hastro was casting it, I still to this day don't know how Hastro stays so calm while casting his own team, especially in that match where they were down 0-2. And even when they brought it back to that search and destroy for the fifth map, they were still down and came back ridiculously. Nameless played out of his mind the entire weekend, but that's when Nameless really made it big, and he got that 3-piece in that crucial round to frickin' put Envy up top 5-4. Like, that was just crazy. Then from then on, Envy went 15-1 in maps to get to the finals. I mean,
Yeah.
ridiculous. I mean, what was the atmosphere like at the event? I mean, with Envy, with all that stuff going down.
I mean, Pac-Man was too busy running from station to station and playing. Poor guy. They had the players. It was just like, all right, you just finished the game. Fuck your rest.
It
Go
was
play
unbelievable.
again.
It was
Really?
unbelievable. Like
Yeah,
he
if you
just
went to
finished. You
if you went
spend
to the
so
losers
much
bracket.
energy. Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. You spend so much energy in every one of these games, like every round, every game. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna get some water. The guy comes and grabs you, like, all right, it's time to set up for your next match. Like, man,
It's like, can I
the
breathe?
atmosphere is crazy. Yeah.
And then as a
I take a-
caster, they're like, you want to take a second to breathe? Nah, dude, sit down and start casting again, seriously, or else you'll lose your job. It was no, it was obviously the one thing I'm really happy about. Just before we get into Stro was like they were on time with everything, and I love how everyone treated that so serious. Like all the players, like everyone was like on their seats playing, and the timing was all correct and everything. And what kind of cracks me up is like, watch me try and do that at UMG. Watch me try and like get people to like play UMG. Everyone's gonna be like, Golden Boy, you can go screw off. You know what I mean? Like
Smoke
no one's
break,
gonna be.
dude. I gotta go smoke a
Yeah,
cigarette. I
Killer's
gotta
gonna go to the
get-
bathroom 50 times.
I gotta go
like,
to the bathroom, this and that. It's like even like in between rounds and stuff, dude. It'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, I gotta go to the bath. They'll just walk. Like you just see people walk off main stage at like a UMG to go to the bathroom
Yeah,
in between
yeah.
maps. Like it's
I'm gonna
ridiculous.
start handing out DQs like it's fucking Christmas gifts.
Get the red
So-
cards, man. Red cards and yellow cards. Let's bring some football into this.
I might football. So like Stro, he was pretty like I know it's like one of those memes where it's like you're secretly like that Zach Braff meme where like you're secretly screaming inside, like that.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
think that's what Stro was. Like I had a chance to speak to him, and when they slayed SB after that search and destroy game. Because Maven and Rel were casting that, and it was on, and I was waiting for the Optic Envy match or the Optic match that whoever they faced, whether it was SB or Envy,
Yeah.
to come up. And I was watching, I was listening to the guys cast and everything. Like Maven's like just utter like disbelief, right? Of like what was being shown on that screen of Envy just shutting out Strictly Business for 5 rounds straight was just ridiculous. I don't think anyone expected that. But
No,
one thing I will
definitely not.
say, and a lot of people, and when I talked to Stroh, I was like, dude, your boys are just tearing it up. And he was like, man, I think we're gonna go all the way. And I was like, you think Cole's gonna let you guys?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Cut out.
Yeah.
we lost him.
I hope not. I mean, it would make sense though. First show back. I mean, something always goes wrong. Yeah, he got dropped.
I'll
Golden
scramble
boy.
and look for these optic.
Golden
retweets.
boy. Well, let's go to Pac-Man. I mean, let's talk about the event itself. I mean, wasn't it in a tent? You guys showed
Yeah.
up. It was in a tent in like a parking lot. First of all, so I'm sure you like showed up and was like, "What the hell is this?"
Well, to be fair, I've been to that tent before because I was
Oh,
at the
okay.
Ghost premiere.
Yeah.
So I knew that I wasn't when I walked in. I already knew what to expect, and it's like super high class when you're inside. From the outside, it's a little underwhelming. It's a tent, but from the inside, they do a really good job. So you forget that you're in a tent pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, what was the layout like? I mean, I didn't see a lot. I saw some pictures of like main stage, but other than main stage, what was the layout like for the pods or whatever they were calling them this
I
year?
guess the stations, the other
Yeah.
stations were so there's main stage at the front of like just this giant room with the bleachers, and then you take like a 20-second walk around the bleachers, and all the rest of the stations, like 4 stations, catty cornered to one another, and that's where all of our matches were. And they wouldn't let anybody on the stage, so like we all had plenty of space. No one was allowed. All the stations were propped up. I guess you'd say they were propped up, and then
Yeah.
nobody was allowed even close to the players.
So like
Yeah.
people like because the first COD Champs there was like always people just standing around. So like this time they wouldn't let people stand around.
Well, you can stand around, but you're still at a distance. Like they
Okay.
had screens so you could watch all the players' screens. But
Yeah.
you're still like, you couldn't be like, let's go. Like you couldn't say anything in our ears. We would not hear anything you're saying.
Oh,
no matter
really?
what it is. Yeah. Like you couldn't. I couldn't hear my owner say good job or no you suck or whatever it happens to be. Couldn't hear any of that.
Yeah,
So-
let's talk about your team. Your team went there. How do you feel about your overall play and experience after the fact now?
Well, we played. I think we could have played a lot better. We placed 7th. So I mean, we made money there.
You made
so-
money, dude. You can't
made money there,
complain
yeah.
about that.
but I feel like we gave away a crucial game to the Australian team. The Australians played great. First of all, let me say that the Australians, both teams,
that was definitely something not even expected. That was
yeah.
totally off the radar. Like if anybody was gonna make it in the top 8 other than an NA team, it was gonna be an EU team, and no EU team made it in the top 8 this time. So that was definitely a shocker.
Who did Epsilon play for top 8? I don't even remember because I was playing.
Envy.
No. They played. Oh, did they? Oh, yeah, that's the Envy match. Yeah,
that was the Envy. Like that was like
I
Envy
forgot.
was
Envy lost their
about
first one.
Envy
Yeah.
was about to not make any money, and they made that crazy comeback.
Envy could have not made it out of pool play very easily, and then it ended up getting stuck.
I mean they were shaky up until like after that Epsilon match. It was like something finally clicked, and they just went on a freaking.
Well, it's Jeremy or Study and Nameless. They start screaming, right? They just start yelling, just absurd. I don't know if there's any videos released from it, but they get hyped and start screaming, and then their team just gets on fire. And then Merc, I don't think anyone's even talking, but Merc is like one of the best players in this game. I was watching his stream,
dude, he was
going insane. He won them the Freight Blitz against
I
SB.
watched that. Yeah.
He just destroyed.
Yeah, he was on fire,
and
dude.
he's not really he's in this community for a long time, and he has but he doesn't really have like he's on Optic, but he doesn't really have like this, he doesn't act on stream, I guess I'd say, that's the word. He doesn't do anything outlandish ever, he doesn't talk crap, so he's like very calm, so he doesn't have like this huge.
Did you see his interview after beating Optic? That shit was nuts, dude.
Well,
I was like, dude, Merc finally ate that chip off his shoulder, dude. Let's go. Like
he beat him twice. He could have knocked him out of regionals.
Oh man, he straight roasted him in that interview. That was nuts.
Well, they treated him pretty poorly after he got dropped. Like, let's be honest.
I mean, we all remember that whole situation.
Yeah,
we all remember.
So he was upset. And Ray got dropped too, but he got dropped a long time ago and for different reasons. So I'm sure they're both happy.
that was more with his location and not.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's what they pegged it as.
Right. That's what That's all that we all know.
That's what we outside of the Optic Illuminati know. that it was because of location at the time.
Yeah. So the event was.
So I might get hit again, just so you guys know. But it is what it is.
It's like, man, we'll keep on rolling, man. We'll keep on rolling.
Yeah. The European teams, they I don't know what to say about them, to be honest. Epsilon was looking really strong every time I watched them play. Everyone said that TCM was a stronger team going in, but I thought Epsilon played pretty amazingly when I watched. And then I guess I didn't get to see them the game 5 against Envy. But I guess they choked. I don't know.
They choked. They choked real bad.
And choke every single time.
No, they definitely in that last S&D, dude. It was I think it was tied 4-4 in rounds, or it might have been 4-3 them even in rounds, and it was Nameless on defense. They had bomb down, and 3 of their dudes were up, and Nameless just got a 3-piece in literally 5 seconds and defused the bomb. It was nuts, dude.
I didn't get to see. I mean, I heard about it, of course. It blew up everywhere, but I didn't get to see it.
Yeah, no, it was crazy.
That's insane. I don't know why that happens when they come here, because they're all good players. They're all very good players.
Because I mean, Search and Destroy is a huge momentum game type. So like once Nameless got that 3 kills, that 3-piece and the fuse, dude, like Envy just walked away with it. Like there's nothing gonna beat him. It's crazy. Nothing was gonna beat Nameless this event. Nameless and Study put Envy on their backs in quite a few maps, especially in S&D.
Well, I don't know if I'd say they carried. Dude,
if you go back and watch a lot of the S&D maps, dude, Nameless and Study were doing some work. Like not in the respawns, like Merc was doing work in that. Rambo did work in some of those too, but in this S&Ds, dude, Nameless and Study were going off.
I believe it. I mean, but you can't, as a player, I know you can't just look at the stat page after the game's over and say that this person just did whatever. Because I know there was a game.
It wasn't looking at the stat. I was actually watching the games.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I was sitting here at a computer watching the games. Yes, right.
Well,
I was actually watching COD last week.
Playing the games, and and this doesn't happen often because I'm awful. But after the game, I would end the game I ended the game 9-3 in Search and Destroy. Right, 9-3, and after the game, I was like, dude, I didn't do anything. Like the kills were getting fed to me.
Yeah.
And like the other team was walking into my aimer. Like I really wasn't doing anything spectacular.
You're washed.
Yeah, basically, I'm washed.
You felt washed during the game.
Yeah, while I was going triple positive, I felt washed. I didn't know
Yeah,
what it was.
that's not good, man. You need a positive attitude. You need to switch that around.
PMA.
Golden Boy, what were you? I forget where you got cut off. We were talking about Envy and the whole experience at the event, and then I think you were starting to talk about Hastro, how he was screaming on the inside, like Zach Braff,
Yeah.
and then you got hit off.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just basically Shro kept a good composure, throughout the week. Um, but I know, like in the finals, he just wanted to watch. Like
Oh yeah, for sure.
he didn't care. Like he just wanted to watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, they ran out of gas. I think after that Optic match, was the be all end all there. Like they needed that win more than anything else.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And obviously, like you said before, when I hopped in, like the justification for Merck or the closing of that chapter for Merck, I think was important. And it was just overall, it was just a good, win. You know,
Yeah.
and match was incredible too. That's the other thing. Like the match was really really good. Beyond that, though, I mean, I think that the more surprising things out of champs were the Aussies and TK. And for me, like that was it. I mean, Envy's run was incredible, but the Aussies were surprising. I mean, we know their weakness. Like they definitely have a weakness when it comes to respawn. But my goodness, are they amazing at search.
Yeah.
I just
Annoyingly good at search.
Yeah, and everyone agreed too. Like all the pros that I spoke to, everyone, they all said the same shit. They were just like, the Aussies are pretty much better at search than everyone else here. I mean, I talked to SB, I talked to Cole. I mean, it didn't matter what team it was. I mean, even Pac-Man and Xfinity and Rise and everyone just agreed like the Aussies were dominant in search, and I think that's pretty cool. Hopefully North Americans get their act together and take down those and look at how they're operating. It's just a certain confidence that they have in search. It's incredible.
Oh, get their act together. I mean, 7 out of the 8 top teams were NA teams. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but when you're talking about search, though, most of them, like complexity, pretty much knows going into it that they're going to lose on search, and they'll take them on respawn. That's cool and all, but work on your search. Everyone needs to work on search. I don't give a shit. Everyone needs to work on search. Pac, you'd agree?
I'd say that, but I mean, we only have each other to play. So, I mean, we're the best search teams around, and we just lose. So this team comes and plays this completely unorthodox style, which, by the way, I don't think would work if they were Americans. Like, if we could play them like on a weekly basis in tournaments, and we're like, oh, this guy's gonna run here like a banshee. Like, what is he doing? But like, this is the first time we've ever seen them play this, and it's like, what? It's just so weird. That's on us to make better adjustments. It's on the players to make adjustments on the fly. But we're losing these searches. It's not like we're getting beat 6-0 by these Australian teams in searches. We're losing them 6-5 and 6-4. FaZe was the best American team in S&D going into this tournament. They lost 4 S&Ds to that team that got fifth. What's their name? The T1 Daughters. Yeah, they lost 4 S&Ds to that team. They're the best American team at Search and Destroy. And it's just like they were playing it was so strange, effective.
Well, I mean that's what I was gonna say. I mean that was the main thing. Like when you bring in the new teams that you've never played against before, I mean all the way across the planet, they're gonna have some unorthodox strats that you're not used to seeing, which obviously trumped the NA teams this weekend. So I'm sure they're gonna go back at that and look at the VODs and figure out what the hell went on.
And to just, I guess, latch on to a point you were trying to make before, Gerard. You were saying like, what, 7 out of the 8 were American teams?
No, not American. One was Canadian.
Canadian, yeah. So they're categorized as Canadian. Oh. And that's a different thing. So you technically
that's NA, dude. North America. What the hell are you talking about, dude? That's NA. I said NA, not USA.
It was America. It was America.
But I said NA. I didn't say America.
You represent the United States, and then you represent Canada. So technically, you had 2 teams that were quote unquote international. All right, please.
It's North
It's
America.
PR talk. It's PR talk, bro.
I hate you.
Anyway,
Give the Canadians
moving
their,
on.
Give the Canadians their love. They got a team in the top 8. That's all you
Yeah.
can say, right?
Was there an
but what
American on that Canadian team?
Huh? Yeah, they're
There's probably
wait.
2.
Yeah, there were 2. So get off me.
What happened? What are you talking about, Gerard?
What?
Oh,
There were
bang,
2 Americans on that Canadian team.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
What, you sound like a crazy
you got
person. What's wrong with you?
cat as your tongue
Get
now,
your act together, you
motherfucker.
lanky bastard. Get your act together. Jesus, this is your show. You gotta know how to dictate comments and commentary.
I said
American
NA.
combat.
I said NA, not USA. So
All right,
for
listen.
that fact, my comment was
And
correct
Pittsburgh's
100%.
He said no, we had no Americans, so
Ah, damn it.
Oh.
Pittsburgh, shut up.
No Americans.
no Americans. Revenge is all
Pittsburgh.
Canadian.
Pittsburgh,
Biatch.
relentless.
They're the only dominant Canadians in the world then.
Yo, regardless the fact, you need to support me on
All right,
the
but
show.
what I'm trying to say
Hit that donation button.
is that
Yeah.
F.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get at though is basically, you know, I think everyone was like trying to predict like those groups, and everyone was kind of just like thrown off by it. And I'm glad.
Hold on.
I'm glad there were some wrenches that were thrown in there.
Anyways, going back into history, America practically gave Canada their country, so they're technically still American.
What the hell?
I don't
Where?
care.
What is?
Where
Sounds
did
like
that come
slavery.
from?
Dude, I'm sorry. That's irked me a little bit.
Like,
that
we
you
own
even
Tool
brought that
Diesel.
up.
Tool Diesel.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I had to go to my history there.
Alex, what were you saying before he just came in?
It
with
doesn't matter
I know,
what Alex
I'm
was
trying
saying.
to talk,
It doesn't,
and
it
then
doesn't
nothing else
matter.
actually
No,
matters to me either.
No,
right now.
it doesn't matter.
He's not to host his own damn show. Do I need to do this?
No, see the fact it's my own show. It's my own show, so I can interject whenever the hell I please.
For
first
now,
of
I'm
all.
going to host my own show, and
Then
one day I'm
host
going to host it when
your own
host
damn
sports.
show, Alex.
Is it gonna be? Is it a Canada show? I'm confused as to what the show is gonna be.
It's going to be me and Benson yelling at each other for an hour.
Just about
see?
geography stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be teaching children geography. Okay.
Louisiana Purchase.
Now this is NA, but Canada's not NA. Okay, Merck is NA. Canada's international. That's not NA.
I'll
But-
agree to that.
No, I'm talking United States because that's what it says there on their team name. It says USA. It says NV parenthesis USA close parenthesis. You bitch. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Bitch.
Anyway, Kelly's right. Back on topic.
Screw topic. This is the rant. We don't conform to normality. Okay.
Right.
Anyways, go back.
Yeah.
No, like I think that it was good to see the Aussies come out strong. But one thing that I was talking, I think, with Bioacid about was, and Pac-Man, you made a good point before. Like, if the Aussies, like, if one of the teams, like, you know, T1 moved out here, I think that mystery, of course, will be gone. That strength and search and destroy that they had will be gone because they're not practicing against their own guys who are great at search and destroy, you know?
Right.
So they're practicing against North American players, and then they kind of just fall into the same into that same bracket of search and destroy players. So because there was a lot of talk about, you know, whether or not the Aussies will like house a team out here. Like I think I know.
Well, I mean, with MLG's new partner, I mean that home mortgage company, there's gonna be
Yeah.
team houses
Refinance your
popping
home.
up everybody.
You get a team house, and it's like an Oprah show. You get a team house, and you
everyone
get
gets a team house. Then everyone's like so excited, and they're like, "Wait a minute, how are we going to pay for this?" Yeah, so I don't know. I want to see
Hey,
like us go over there and compete, but like it's never going to happen because it costs like $1,500 a ticket. So kind of blows, but you know, I guess we'll
if
just have
Americans
to.
went over to Australia to compete, we would completely dominate the entire Australian team. I'm just being honest. Did I
Yeah,
have to say
because
that?
they don't play against you.
No.
They don't play against you guys. If there was a way for the Aussies to live in Australia and practice their way with their people and search and destroy, but then get that North American practice as well, like I think they'd be a force to be reckoned with. Like I don't know, it's just me. Like their shots are incredible. They're really good.
Okay, but it's Call of Duty, and everyone's shots are incredible.
Not yours.
Are you kidding me? I'm a national champ.
Bang bang.
National
What?
champ.
You're going
we
all
really
the way
reliving
back.
those
You're
old
going
days?
all the way back, dude. All the way
What do I have to
back,
do? What do I have to do?
dude.
I just got top 8
Dude.
here. I
Dude,
beat
you're
LP
hold
at
on, hold
regionals.
on, hold
What do
on,
I have
hold
to
on.
do?
You're going censor on me, dude. Please calm down. Please
Oh,
calm down.
no.
Going
Dude,
censor on me.
Doug is a monster. He just got top 4.
Oh, he literally is a
Did
monster.
you see
Like
the arm wrestle contest?
I
though?
hold
Yeah, I
on,
saw
censor.
that.
I apologize. I did not mean any harm or any bad. Nothing. I don't. I'm scared of him actually. But all right, go on.
Oh my
saying?
god. So an ego saying, I don't understand how all of a sudden Australians are gods at S&D. What? I mean, when you didn't drop an S&D besides one all event, I would think you'd be pretty good at it, ego. I don't know, he was too busy like betting on basketball to watch COD Champs. Ego's above that stuff now.
Dude, Ego is a degenerate gambler now. Like
He really is. He's like one of those dudes who's gonna wear like the green hat.
He's lost
You know,
his
like
way,
that.
man. He's lost his way.
Like Phil Hellmuth or something.
Phil
Sort of. Shout out to WSOP.
No, it's getting there. It's
They
getting
could
there.
be. They could also be. I mean, with the veto system. I mean, I can say this now, but there's a map that our team is completely like terrible at strike zone dom and freight S&D. So we just never even practiced it. Like we were awful. We're like, who cares? We don't even have to play it. And the Aussies could be the same way. They got to veto their worst maps. Maybe they're only good at 2 S&D maps. We don't even know. We haven't gotten to see them on a large scale, like a large body of work. We know nothing about them.
I agree.
Even after the veto system has to go, I really think that the best team should be able to win on any given set of maps.
Yeah, and one thing though I will say is I wish casters knew what the veto system, like what was being vetoed by what team, because
Yeah, that would be
we have like no idea, and that's something that we could certainly talk about, but
Yeah.
that info is never
Some
fed
time
to us.
killers.
Like a League
Yeah.
of Legend picks and bans type thing would be sick.
I guess what I'm trying to say, like, make it into something. Like Ben had an incredible idea, right? And he's not here to share it, so I'll just take claim for it and say it was my idea.
It was.
Like Canada.
It was your
Ba-
idea.
basically, he was saying like, someone should design like an app, right? And in the app, it's like an iPad or a tablet or whatever, and there the players can go and it'll be filmed, and you can also like take the feed from the iPad and just have the players voting on the maps and let that just be its own separate thing with the referee right there saying like, oh yes, that's this, that's that. Like it was a brilliant idea, and
Good
I would like to
idea,
see that
Alex.
happen.
Great
Yeah,
idea.
thanks, man. Thanks.
Round of
Man.
applause for Alex, dude. That was
Wow.
impressive.
It was all my idea. It was all my idea.
Someone tweet Activision, tweet MLG, and let's get it going.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, seriously, it was Ben's idea. He even said it on the cast too. So when we casted one game together, I don't remember.
No,
which one.
we'll edit that out, dude.
We'll
Yeah.
edit it out.
We'll edit that out.
We'll edit that out. But yeah, so I just wish like those little things like were done. But how was like because obviously since I didn't get to watch streams or anything like that, like how was the viewing experience? Like was it boring?
Honestly, it wasn't that bad.
It's
Good. For it being on MLG's platform, it wasn't that bad. I mean, there weren't as many commercials as I'm used to on watching something on MLG, which was nice. I mean, I was kind of tired of seeing Oculus commercial for the billionth time, but other than that, it was pretty good.
It was still scary the first time, was it? I heard people say that. They're like, I watched this commercial like 30 times. It's still scary. I'm like,
Well, they're a bunch of sissies because it wasn't that bad.
oh, excuse you, Diesel. Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it real,
Whoa,
dude. I'm keeping
guys.
it real.
Guys,
Keep it
we got a-
100.
We got a badass over here. Let's just watch out for a second.
You need to watch out, okay?
You need to watch out.
You
This
need
dude's a
to.
thug.
Dude, I'm a skinny white American. I'm a thug, okay?
He's a thug.
It's the Wolf of
Oh,
Wall
man.
Street, man.
Yeah. And what FAs are there right now? Like, what's
Formal, right?
Formal in theory, bro.
That's it?
They're
feel like-
going to curse, dude.
I feel like Formal took out a page out of the Halo playbook with this, like, after an event, immediately just drop from your team and then try to find a better team. That's a Halo move. That's textbook Halo.
He's still a Halo player, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
Just
after
how-
every MLG
I don't
event,
know.
that's what happened.
I think that's a COD move too. I mean, you do come from Halo, but
Halo did it first, bro. Please.
whatever, whatever.
We paved the way for your team
For your
changing
sketchers.
shenanigans.
For the sketching.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
Those team changes, there'll be a lot more soon. Right after PAX ends, there's gonna be a lot more.
All right. How awkward is it going to be for TK at PAX? And how awkward will it be when they
not
actually?
awkward at all.
You
Not
don't think
awkward at
so?
all.
You don't think so?
Yeah, maybe
No?
I'm boring, but those guys all love each other. They just place.
No, didn't I hear?
They just-
Didn't I see Sharp and Formal taking shots at each other on Twitter or something just a little while ago?
I hope so.
No,
Of course you
they
do.
were just joking. But yeah, they all love each other. They're just disappointed with their placing. So I mean that's natural. I don't think any team in the world would stick together after that, especially after how successful they've been.
What
So-
I mean, okay, now just hypothetically, what happens when they win PAX?
No, well, they won't.
They're not winning
but
packs.
I'm saying hypothetically here. Freaking,
Okay,
just give it to me, man.
They'll still be on different teams. I mean, they're gonna be like, "Yay, we won PAX." I don't even know what the first prize at PAX is. $1,500 or something each.
That was $7,000.
Each?
Or no,
Oh, okay then.
you might be
See,
total.
so
Nice.
Pac-Man's right. Good
Yeah,
math
so-
there, dude. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, so it's like $1,500 each. They're gonna win. They're gonna be happy they won because they won, and then they're gonna still go on and do their own thing.
It's not $1,500. $1,500 each. Never
Oh, I
mind. I'm
thought it
sorry.
was six.
It's $17.50 if it's $7
$17.50.
grand.
Yeah, come on. Now.
Jesus.
I kept on hearing another number, and I'm sorry, guys. Please.
So they're gonna do that. They're gonna go and play. Those guys are all really. They're like one of my favorite teams. They're all really nice guys, really cool guys in and out of the game. They're not gonna be at each other's throats because they lost. It's no one's fault they lost. They just played two really good teams, and sometimes it just doesn't go your way.
Yeah,
It definitely didn't go their way.
yeah. They got.
It almost went the opposite of their way. Some might argue.
I tell you, like the bracket was rigged for Rise. Oh,
Oh
seriously.
yeah. Well, yeah. We and then we lost the Australians, and then we had to beat TCM. That was
Dude,
fun.
what are you talking about? It was rigged for Optic, okay? They got the Brazilians DQ'd, so they had a definite for it to even make it out of pool play.
Illuminati. That was
I'm telling you, dude. They
So they
they
could-
have spies everywhere.
They could get more viewers on stream
Like
and
the
run more
Brazilians
Oculus
were-
ads. That's what it was. That's why.
Oh my goodness. Kill me.
Yeah,
You kill me.
yo, let's talk about the freaking lightning pandas.
Why?
My favorite team.
What the hell? What is that? Like they just it's the fact like this is why I'm calling it the COD Olympics. Like they're like that little ass country that just
They're like the
sends
Jamaican
one person.
bobsled team.
Yeah, they're like that. No, not even that because they won. they're like
Well, not the movie.
okay.
They weren't
All right,
supposed to win.
all right, all right.
because
But-
Disney,
but-
don't you remember Cool Runnings? Come on, man.
know what,
Giants, fine. You don't remember that, man? Come on,
Kiss my
yo.
lucky egg, man.
That's racist.
That's from the line from the movie.
I know, but it's so
But
racist.
but that's why I called the COD because that's a team right there that Shane just jumped on just so he could get a free trip to LA. You know what I mean? Like they didn't take it serious at all. Did you see their Twitter? Their team Twitter was absolutely hilarious. But
Amazing.
I mean, it's just like it's the
yeah,
it just
but you know,
pisses
though,
me off.
Last year's
There's
champs,
so many other
last
teams
year's
that should have been
champs
there.
was more of an Olympics in comparison to this one, in my personal opinion. Because
It doesn't
last
matter,
year's champs,
'cause
you
they
had a
both were
lot more
Olympics.
randomized teams. You had like just a bunch of pickups everywhere. There were barely any full teams there besides North American teams, right? This time around, you actually had full teams there, with the exception of the Australians not having one of their guys because he was too young, and then of course you had like a couple other teams, but like SSOF. No, not SSOF. Sorry, Brazil 5 stars. Like they were a legit team. Like they were actually pretty good, and they were taking it to Vitality Rises. But France had proper representation. Brazil had Brazil 5 stars of proper representation, as well as the Aussies, Europeans, or the EU. Like Epsilon, or UK, I should say, like Epsilon, TCM. North America had proper representation. It was just those teams at the bottom, right? Like the South Koreans and the Singapore and like those guys, right?
Oh,
But even
how did-
SK came out strong. The Germans were good. Like there were a bunch of teams there that were legit good from their country. It was before, yes, looking at it, you thought maybe this was like the COD Olympics. But last year was more so than this year. You actually had legit teams this time. So
still the COD Olympics.
I don't
Anyways,
know, I disagree with you, dude, because you're.
well, you can disagree with
Whatever.
me all you want, but I'm still gonna stick to my guns and call it the COD Olympics. I'm sorry, I had Hex agree with me on the COD Olympics. That's all I gotta say. That's all that matters.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Hate on the Olympics, and the Olympics will hit on you, man.
Oh Jesus.
What do you want Activision to do to improve off of that? Like, what did you want them to do differently?
I don't know. I mean, they wanna include the whole world. So I mean, I guess that's the only thing. Just call it the COD Olympics, and I'm fine with it. Just don't call it COD Championships.
You think there needs to be
But
16 American
they're open to
teams?
Hey,
championship.
what? How did the UAE team do?
I did.
The United Arab Emirates team.
That was
They were there?
Echelon, I think, or something like that.
Yeah,
no
I
idea. I
didn't
had
hear
no
about
idea
them.
they were there.
The only thing I heard about them was that they weren't all tan. They were all like white kids. That's the only thing I heard about them.
Yeah, honestly, but like I said, like you have some of those teams that finish like in fourth or whatever in the pool that just weren't, at that caliber, right? But
No.
That's
At least the Korean teams, at least they didn't play with their controllers lying down on the table this year. I will say that they've gone up a tier in Call of Duty by actually holding their controllers this time.
such an asshole. Like,
Did
that's
you
why
not-
no one likes you.
Dude, they were asses to me, bro. Like I got stuck in the elevator with them at the first COD Champs. Both teams, all 8 of the motherfuckers, and I heard them talking English before we got in the elevator. Then we get in the elevator and they instantly start talking Korean and look at me and start laughing. So I can only assume they're making fun of me. So
Whoa, wouldn't have you seen yourself? You look like a giraffe.
oh man, dude, I thought we were past that.
That ass. Like, what the hell's wrong with you?
I don't look like a giraffe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Alex has ever seen a giraffe. Like, if you call
Right?
someone a giraffe,
Nah, dude. Long
like they're
ass neck.
orange and yellow.
Like,
I don't
They have
know, dude.
spots?
I don't have spots.
Do you eat from
can
trees?
someone please?
I'm not a vegetarian either, so
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Nope.
Hmm.
Don't give a fuck. Frank, don't defend him. You're supposed to be on my side.
I'm gonna buy you a zoo ticket, Golden Boy, and we'll go look at some giraffes. And we'll pick
Honestly,
out a good animal.
Take
You
a
So
and I
compare
could
this
spend a
guy
day in the
to-
zoo. If you and I could spend a day in the zoo, I'm okay with that.
Dude, that would
So-
actually be really fun.
We should plan that, honestly.
All right.
This
Dude, Anaheim, San Diego Zoo, go do it.
Let's
Monday.
do it. You're not invited, Diesel. Let's do
I
this.
can't
Pack,
go.
you want to
My-
go?
Dude, I don't give a shit.
Pack, you want to go to the zoo, bro? We can make a lot of racist jokes.
Incoming black
Zoo.
jokes.
All right, back to COD Champs. What else we got to say about COD Champs? Golden Boy, how was your overall experience this year? Did you
That was
enjoy it?
It was cool,
Did you have a
man.
good time?
Yeah, you could see me on the Xbox dashboard. And,
Right, dude? I mean, you were in there with Chobot and everything.
Yeah.
Like, you're getting big, dude.
Dang.
You're
yeah, I'm
blowing
getting
up.
bigger. I mean, like my weight.
Blowing
but
up, dude. I mean, that's what I meant.
I like it swings a new hashtag for you, Jackass Diesel. I like it. It's really good.
Dude, I don't give a shit. Start it.
Jackass
Do it.
Diesel. No, it was great.
I'll even put it in my twit bio.
I was very pleasantly surprised when the guys at Microsoft asked me to do it. I have my own trailer with Jessica Chova. I didn't use it.
Well,
What? Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't use it. Wink, wink.
I didn't. I just pooed in there one time and then that was it.
So
that's
you
what it's
did
for, I
use it.
think.
Honestly, I look at trailers as personal poo boxes. That's
Yeah,
just
it's like a
So
it's like a
it's
penthouse
clean.
porta pot.
Yeah, right.
And what kind of blew me away were the porta potties at this event. I mean, I don't know, Pac, you can attest to it. Like they had like the levers that you had to step on, and I just never experienced that before.
What?
You know,
I
so
was trying to figure out how to flush the toilet for like a good 20,
like
25 seconds.
I have just like a mountain of brown down in the bottom of that toilet, and I'm just like, man, this smells like shit. I'm just gonna leave it in here. They're just gonna have to deal with it. Maybe they pee over it. I don't get it. But then I ended up finding a
Yeah,
lever.
they come. There's someone that comes in after every person exits and scoops the crap out. Yeah.
I just feel really bad for that person that ends up having to clean that because that looked like hell. But yeah, so beyond that though, it was fun. I enjoy that part of it. Then the other cool part of it was, I thought the main stage was great. I really do. I felt like the way that they did it, I thought was really cool. Just it was kind of like an octagon, like a half like arena inside of the like it wasn't like soundproof booths. They weren't soundproof booths. They were like not even sound dampening. They were just booths because the players still had to wear the soundproof headphones. But it was cool though. Like I enjoyed the setup. I thought it was great. I thought the production was pretty good. and the venue was like super dark, and it went from being really hot to really cold,
It was
and it
freezing.
was
I
just
don't.
like
When was
up
it
and
hot?
down. It
When was
wasn't
it
hot
ever
for you,
hot? No,
dude. There was a
I was
point
freezing.
where I thought I was going to die of sweating too
Dude,
much.
it's that getting bigger thing.
My makeup was running. Okay, so
Then you took that
Did
dump and
you?
you
Were
felt
you
better.
at last year's champs, Alex?
yeah, I was. No, are you kidding me? I was at
Yeah,
last year's champs. Do you not remember the
he's
sweat?
solo casted the entire event, dude. That's what I was gonna
No,
bring up next. I was like, how is your
it's so
casting
Miracle.
irrelevant to
experience
me.
so
What
much
you say
better?
about him?
Dude, it was great. I didn't get to cast any of your games because you were eliminated like super early. Now I'm fucking.
Whoa.
Nah, Pack, I love you. He knows I love him.
No, that was really mean. That was really really mean. Not sure I want to be in here
Dude,
anymore.
you're a national champ. National
Hashtag I
champ.
don't want to be in here anymore. Uh,
Casting experience this time is great. Like, it was good working with all the casters. I thought everyone was awesome. Uh, the cool part I think was being able to work with like X a lot and Bioacid and Bricey. There and Rel. I think Rel is like a really underrated caster. He's really good. And Mr. X
well, it
and
can't be that underrated. He's at champs.
well, no, like you don't see people talking about him as much.
Boom.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
it's
It's like
because he like kind of stays out of everything until
he
like an
he,
event
he
comes
really
around.
does. But there is going to be a video going up on my YouTube of Rel dancing to NSYNC on the bus ride to the venue, and it
Sounds
was
like Ro.
and it was incredible. Like he's a really funny guy. Uh, then I think having people like one of the things I was really happy about was no 5 streams. 4 streams I think was more than enough. There
Yeah,
were some
'cause
matches
5 is
that
way worse than 4.
well no it was just that there was like an echo stream but like it wasn't a tent and that was just matches that were recorded and they weren't broadcasted and they didn't even have like a booth like those matches took place in the
In the shed out back.
yeah. There was like a player lounge, and those matches were played there for the Echo stream. So I'm kind of glad we didn't have to stretch this out to like 5 streams because it was just too much last time. Like it was
Yeah.
just too much to deal with.
Yeah, you had to single cast the entire event.
Yeah, dude, it was rough. But yeah, I thought it was great. And for a lot of people were asking me like, why were there no listening? So like, think about that for a second, right? Like, think about it. Like, why
All
do
right,
you
I'm
think
thinking.
Wait, no,
I'm
I want to know
There were. I mean, the only
There was
time
one or two.
no, the only time I heard of listening was in the finals, the grand finals. They used a couple,
They used a couple actually
that
during
was-
the event as well.
the,
They
the,
did.
like
Is
the
it-
only listenings I heard were during the grand finals.
why. Is it a language thing? Because I have a
Yes.
counterpoint.
Uh,
Dude, they played an Eminem song where it
Okay.
dropped like 6 F-bombs.
I know,
And then
right?
you
That's
can't go to a
when- That's
listen-in?
when
Yeah.
things got awkward. That's
Yeah.
when things got awkward.
I'm like-
because yeah. I was in the crowd and actually Miss Violence was like right next to me. She was like in the seat above, or like in front of me, excuse me. And she turns back at me. She's like, "No listenings," and they're dropping like f bombs with Eminem all over the
Yeah.
place.
I know that's what I was like. Was
But-
that MLG's decision or Activision's decision?
MLG had like no,
It was Eminem's
Uh,
decision.
yeah. The production companies for this.
I
event
want all the
talked
swear
ESS.
words for MLG championship or MLG championships, God championships.
Yeah, but they did listen-ins a couple times, and they were very short, and I thought those were really good, as opposed to leaving it on for way too long. Like, I think, just having it go for like 30 seconds to 45 seconds, maybe a minute, I think it's like tops, and just reel it back in. But for anyone asking, MLG actually didn't do like anything production-wise in this event. They just provided the platform for the stream. Obviously, Puckett was casting, but ESS ran the actual tournament itself. ESS just got acquired by ESL North America, or ESL, in case you guys don't know, to become ESL North America. Pretty cool stuff. And Boombox did the production for the Alpha stream. So, and Encompass was the company that hired all of us. So, MLG's involvement in it was just, hey, we're
Minimal.
going to set up the run to champs, and then from there another production company took it on. The only thing that was MLG was the platform, obviously, where it was being streamed. So yeah, because I saw a lot of people like kind of just like giving MLG flack for this, and like don't get me wrong, if MLG needs to get flack for something, I'll give them flack for it. But this, like, if there was anything that had happened, it wasn't on their
Oh yeah,
end.
oh yeah, oh yeah. So
So
will I. I love whenever I can bash someone.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Dude,
Um,
that's what my life is now. It's like the best life change that I've made recently, I would
Dude,
say.
well, I mean, I tried going like legit, like changing up TWR
Not
from the
worth
old
it.
school to the
Yeah.
new and all that shit, and now I'm just like, fuck it. No one really cares as long
It's
as
too much effort.
as long as you're getting views, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So might as well just give the people what they want.
That's what I can pop off real quick. I just saw a tweet from Puckett today that I didn't hate, but I didn't like. It was like he's like, "Hey teams, let's come to me for the esports report before making any like team changes." And I was like, "Man, just give me my Twitter drama and then cover it."
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I see what he's doing, but then I tweeted about it, I was like, yeah, in a perfect world, this would work. Like, who are you
Right. Like no
kidding,
one's
dude?
going to do it, but
Yeah. I mean,
I was
because like MLG at the end of the day has like no last say on roster changes. So I mean,
Right.
trying to make it professional like that, like by reporting
gonna
it
happen.
on a esports show. I mean, I guess it's great for you because it's content and you'll get more viewers because people want to hear this
Exactly.
stuff. I mean, but it's just
it's not going to happen.
it not going to happen.
Yeah.
yeah. I saw actually Coach Main responded to that tweet
Coach
as well. Coach Main,
Coach has
Coach
been
Main?
something else recently. Do you see him getting gunned by Carl?
No.
He he tweeted out, I don't know. So Coach tweeted out something like that Ace like won the, Halo 4 GC and won 200,000. And like
Yeah.
coach tweeted like you're the most winningest Halo player with like he said 200,000 like and then he put like numbers at the end that didn't make sense. Like in the like it was like 200,000 like $25 and it was like what? And then coach got gunned by Carl for like the rest of the night. And it was the
Really?
funniest thing I've ever seen. Yeah. Like
Oh
Carl
my
was
God.
tweeting him pictures of the check and he's like, "Are you sure you got your numbers right?" Cuz it's just like straight,
Oh,
zeros.
Coach Main. He's awesome.
He's good.
He's such a funny dude. But yeah, man, like I get what Puckett's trying to do with that as well, like what you guys said. I see I'm of the belief that I think there will be a time where, and I don't know if MLG is ever going to do this again. So this is me just purely speculating.
Yep.
But I think there's going to be a time where MLG tries to do the same thing that they did with Halo. Like where they
But
basically
with
just,
Halo, yeah, COD's getting dropped after next year, and they're bringing the new Halo title.
Yep, Halo 2 anniversary and Sledgehammer, man, you guys are screwed. Let's go.
But no, but seriously, I think that they're gonna do something like that where they potentially just bring a lot of the teams under their umbrella, and certain teams won't be able to compete in other events, and it'll just be MLG. And like I could see it happening, especially if the relationship with Activision and MLG continues the way it could, but you never know, right? And I don't have a particular opinion on that, but there's just, MLG did it before. What's not to say that they'll attempt it again?
Yeah,
You
I
know
think
what
they
I mean?
want that.
To
They
try
want to
and
like have something for sure in their pocket. You know what I mean? With like what happened with Dota, like Dota at Anaheim was supposed to be a huge event, and then all of a sudden there's no Dota at Anaheim,
yeah,
and they don't
That was
they don't have control.
wasn't that because Valve?
No, it was because of tournament scheduling.
Yeah, I know.
So
Because didn't Valve scheduled a tournament like right
Yeah.
around that time?
yeah, it's like a week or two after.
Like they
Anaheim.
scheduled their international tournament like right
Yeah.
then, and the team's like, "Oh, we just can't do it, so we're gonna have to drop Anaheim."
Yeah, but I think MLG wants control, like where they say no, that can't happen. You know what I mean? They don't want
Well, I mean, anyways,
to
like
lose a game.
right now, I mean, there's really nothing competing against MLG except UMG, which UMG is even under MLG's wing because they have to be. So
For Call of Duty, yeah.
yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like, there's not really any competition for MLG. I mean, every tournament holder in Call of Duty is under MLG's wing, so it's kind of like they're already forced to play for MLG. So I mean, I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's already like that.
yeah. It's I think that the competition is going to come from other games like CS:GO, for example. that's been seeing like a huge resurgence as far as just its presence. I also think that there could be potential, man, that the next Halo just comes out strong.
I
That's
think
just
so
me.
too.
I
Don't
have
get
this.
ahead of yourself.
Nope.
I
Nope. Shut
believe
up. I have this belief. Well, I also know things, but I have this belief too
I hope you know things.
that it's I think it's gonna be great. I honestly, and like, I don't know things, I'm just saying that, like, you know,
what you know leads you to believe.
what I know is when, like, yeah, what I know leads me to believe. Let's just put it like that. And
So
I don't
this
know anything
is-
from any official sources or anything like that. You would think that after they did the Halo 4 Global Championships and the response they got from that, because it was a very positive response that they got from that event. Like, a funny story, at CoD Champs, I was walking out of the venue, and this random security guard that was working at LA Live came up to me and was like, "Yo, you're that guy who did the Halo thing, right?"
Nice.
And it made my day, by the way. And I was just like, "What?"
Really, you were
Like,
at a COD event, and what made your day was that some dude recognized you because of Halo? Get
No,
the hell
what-
out of
what
here.
made
Yeah,
my
man,
day
that's like
about
seeing
that
a
was-
ghost, dude.
Get the hell out of
That's
here.
What
like
made my
seeing a
day about
ghost.
that was that this guy, who is just, working and doing a random job, sees someone that he recognized from the Xbox dashboard broadcasting an event. That mean, like, and this guy is not even a Halo fanatic. Like, he just watched it. Like, we spoke in length about it. He was like, "Oh, I saw it on the dashboard, and I was about to play some Call of
Fuck you,
Duty, and I
Flaw.
saw it on the dashboard, and I decided to play, and play it, and I thought it was great."
Oh, Flaw, you bastard.
What did Flaw say?
He said, I know all about security guards.
Oh, damn. What did you do?
Remember I got kicked out at the end of Anaheim last year?
Why? What was that again?
All right, I'll tell the story because it's pretty funny. So it's right after the grand finals, and everyone's like, they got those barriers up there. There's like the first event they had barriers up, so you couldn't get to the main stage afterwards, and so there's just people all around, and I was trying to find an entrance to there to get an interview. So I walked on some chairs to get around people, and the security guard got in my face and was like, "You can't walk on those chairs. That's not whatever. It's against something." I was like, "Are these your chairs?" And he was like, "No." I'm like, "Well, then how can you dictate what I do with these chairs then?" Because you know me, I'm a smart ass and an asshole apparently, and I can't pass up a sarcastic comment. So I said that, and he like got really heated and fucking called a security guard and walked me out. I was like, "Holy shit! All right, well that bit me in the ass." But
See,
yeah.
because you always want to be a sarcastic dick. Tool Diesel.
Dude, it's I don't know what it is. Like my brain tells me not to do it, but I don't know. It's just something.
You have a story now. Let's like look at the opposite, and you'd be like, "Hey, don't walk on those chairs." You'd be like, "Oh yeah, sorry, my bad." That's not a fun story.
No, that's not a fun story. It's like how
No
can
one
you
wants to
dictate
hear that story.
How can you dictate what I do with these chairs? When you don't know them. What are you talking about?
So I was walking around today, and
Although
totally
do you
obeyed
know,
all traffic
do you
laws
know what
and
I
everything
did?
that everyone wanted me to do.
Do you know what I did? Do you know what I did once he called that guard to escort me out? I got up on the chairs and walked across the whole row.
God.
Good times.
You wonder why no one likes
Good
me.
times, dude. A lot of people like me. They accept me for who I am, and that's all I ask.
You want to hear a story about a homeless man and a Subway sandwich?
Not really. No, it's not as interesting.
Okay. You'll ask for it one day.
Did you make
well,
two,
now
did you make two
now I'm
homeless people
curious.
fight for one?
Now I'm curious.
Well, no, that was an even funnier story because me and a bunch of friends of mine one time told this homeless guy that we would give him $1 if he kicked this bag, but we didn't know what was in the bag. We just wanted him to kick the bag, and he ended up kicking it, and it turned out to be a frozen chicken.
Huh?
I mean, we gave him $1.
That's
I mean, this story has left me
that's-
with so many more questions.
That
than
is
answers.
a dick move. I'm the asshole on the call. What are you talking
That was when
about?
I was in high school. I was a much different person.
Dude, you were a douche in high school. Damn.
Um,
Now I know why you're so nice, because you're trying to make up for all that bad karma you got in high
No,
school.
but let me tell you this story. So high school, right? No, but I did some good things too. So high school, right? I was hanging around my neighborhood and decided to go to Subway with a couple friends of mine. That was like when the $5 footlong had just came out, so like it was a hot shit. You know what I mean? Like it was the new baby.
Yeah.
When that first came out, that was
That was like getting the new Xbox. It's like, yo, I gotta
Well, I
5
mean,
foot long.
maybe,
You know what I
maybe
mean?
for a
Listen, I
chubby
lived in the
kid,
ghetto.
but
I lived in the
okay,
ghetto.
go on.
So there you go. So yeah, so I bought the sandwich and I realized like I wasn't gonna like finish the sandwich. So I walked outside, decided to just walk home and I'll probably finish it when I get home. As I'm walking, I run into this homeless guy who's like, sitting on the street asking for money. And I see him and I'm like, hey man, I'm not gonna finish the sandwich, so if you'd like this, you can have it. So he's like, oh thanks, and he opens the sandwich and he looks at it and he's like, it says mayo. I don't like mayo. Then I'm like,
dude, homeless person with standards, and you're shooting him down.
I was like, dude, you're homeless.
Did you really say this to him? He's like, dude, you're poor. Like, take my damn
live
food.
outside.
You asshole! You're not gonna take my sandwich.
You're splitting
You're
hairs
the
over
dick.
mayo.
Yeah. So I was like, why don't you just like, take like a napkin that I provided for you and just, wipe the mayo off of the sandwich. He was like, my hands are dirty. I'm like, your hands are dirty because you're homeless. Like what? How am I supposed to help you with that? And I just slapped the sandwich out of his hand and I walked away. Like, yeah, that was it. I was like, eat the damn sandwich and all.
Wait,
Like,
you really slapped the sandwich out of his
Hell
hand?
yeah, dude! It was like slapped it. What guy was an asshole?
You're a scumbag.
How are you gonna say that? How are you gonna say that?
That story is a million times worse than my security guard story. Like, you are the new jackass.
No, I don't give a shit because you know what? That was a different time. Now
Nobody gets the sandwich.
Nobody gets a sandwich now, not even me. Like, I mean, he touched it, so like I definitely didn't want it.
Right.
But all I'm trying to say is, you fuck with Golden Boy. Golden Boy gonna fuck with you.
He's gonna slap
Hate on
your
Golden
food out of
Boy,
your
and
hand.
Golden Boy will hate on you.
Hate on you.
Oh Jesus.
That's what I do, yo.
Oh man, dude. Benson.
Hey, bro. How you doing, bud?
Oh, dude, I thought you were like getting on a plane to head back to the EU soon or something.
I'm in the EU, bro. I'm right
Oh,
now.
you're already there.
Yeah, I don't mess around, bro.
Is that the place above Canada?
Yeah, right.
Much funny.
No, this is going back to another joke that another little conversation we had about Canada not being in the NA or
what
some
North
shit,
America
I don't know.
is. Yeah.
But anyways, how you doing, Benson? Are you tired, bro? You got to be tired.
I'm pretty tired. I haven't slept at all, and I got back, landed. I've been up all day, and I've been trying to get some work done for Curse and whatnot. And obviously, because I need to speak to all the Americans, got to be up late.
Over there.
Dude, I thought you were like, I thought you were on like the cusp of changing your Twitter tag to Benson NA. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I know. I was kind of gonna do it, but I feel like that's just so unloyal to my European brothers. I feel like
so you're not coming to NA anymore?
I am. I'm moving out in about 7 days. So I'll be out in Atlanta.
All right.
In the
and then you're gonna change your tag to Benson NA.
Maybe, but I just think EU just sounds cool. You know what I'm saying?
No, it doesn't. No, NA is so much better.
I'm just kidding. I'm probably just gonna leave it how it is because Golden Boy will be able to tell you like for VODs of casting and whatnot, like that's how you pretty much get most of your followers. So I'm not really about that changing your life right now, at least until maybe down the line I stop casting. I have
honestly, I think affiliating yourself with NA is way more important than followers. I gotta put that out there.
But Benson NA would be kind of. It would imply that I'm from North America.
Change your name to the Red Panda.
You live in North America.
But I'm not actually North American.
Oh, but you will be.
Okay, if you say so.
Welcome to America.
That sounded very sexual. I just want to point that out. He's like, I'm not North
be
American.
or I will make
How do
you
you what? That's not a stretch at all.
I mean, honestly, whenever you talk, it's always a stretch. I don't know what that means. I just said it.
Yeah,
Benson
I don't.
ATL. I like it. See, everyone.
Dude, you should change your Twitter to the Red Panda, bro.
See, I was gonna do that, just for you, but I want to leave the surprise of our Dubs GB team. I want that out for a surprise. Everyone is gonna be excited to see what me and Alex come up with on that one.
It's gonna be very racist, but no one will know.
So Benson, who's curse poaching right now?
I'm actually fully in charge of everything now to do with the team. So I kind of have the final say on the players.
I know. So who are you poaching right now?
I'm looking at some options. We got some options.
Formal in theory coming to the curse family.
We definitely talked about formal. he's one of the best ARs I think right now. You know, being a caster, we like Golden Boy. We have to tell you as well. We get to see some of the best players in the world, and sometimes you can see a player who has such good talent and may not be in the strongest of teams. So it'd be nice to try and build a
Did you
team.
just say that?
Shots
TK?
fired at TK. Shots fired, dude. That T16, that T16.
But
That T16 is gonna it's tainted the TK name.
TK top 4, like that's the first time in their whole history they've never placed that in the top 4. Like they're a fantastic team. Like you can't say that. That wasn't aimed at them. That was aimed at other individual players that right now I'm looking at. Excuse me, potentially trying to bring on into the Curse family. Like we have Curse MY. They're pretty much set. Like we all within the management of Curse feel pretty comfortable that we have a really solid team that can do well in the CoD League and also do very well in the playing bracket. The playoff bracket at MLG Anaheim. So we're really confident with those guys. Curse Youth, there's going to be, I think there's been a couple of team changes that are going on within them. I'm not really looking at Curse Youth right now, so I can't really comment on those guys. But obviously, the big team that a lot of people really want to know about is the LV team, and what's going on with that. We have quite a lot of options, as I said.
Is it still going to be LV? I just want to know, is it still going to be LV?
It depends, because I may just try and rebrand the whole thing. I think that may make more sense, because not being in Las Vegas, what the fuck is the point of being called LV, right? It doesn't make sense.
I agree with that.
Curse Atlanta doesn't really have a cool ring to it.
I agree with that too.
So, you know, they might be called Curse Red Panda Bitches, you know, who knows? Ooh. We could go with anything. But that's the least of my worries right now. I'm not really going to be worried about, you know, how I'm going to brand the team until we actually have the team. That's the most important thing right now. But I actually tweeted out asking who everyone would like to see on the team, and quite a lot of people actually said they would love to see a European player come across the pond.
Yeah, that Mad Cat thing was going around earlier.
Dude, Swanee.
I can say we haven't spoke to Mad Cat, so I don't know whether he's been speaking to.
LV's looking for 2, right?
LV right now is in an interesting situation. So we're basically waiting for a player to come back to us. I'm not going to say who, but we're waiting for one player to come back to us and give us some information, and then we're going to go from there. But I'm looking at pretty much all options of whether we're LF2, LF3, potentially LF4, but I don't think LF4 would ever happen.
Ooh. All right, anyways, go on.
I was expecting some sort of massive.
No, I felt like saying a ooh, but.
All right, well, that was. A lot of people want a European player to come out, and I'm curious to see what European players would consider it. I spent a lot of time in LA speaking to some of the European guys, and I was like, "Hey, would you ever consider it?" And you know, a lot of people would, because it's kind of like a once in a lifetime opportunity, right? it's like even for me, from being from Europe, to be able to move out to America and try and develop my career. That's a massive thing.
You're becoming awesome by moving to America.
It's the American dream.
It is quite literally the American dream, my friend. I'm psyched to be trying to do it. But you know, a lot of players that have been trying to hit me up, I don't know. I just want to build a team who I believe, in my honest hearts, is A, really marketable, and B, can win a championship. And if I do that, I consider job success. Which I think it is a tall order, but I think with the resources available to myself, and also the people around me that can help, I think it should be relatively simple to try and do. The big thing is, how do you beat complexity? A lot of teams have focused too much on just how you beat complexity, and because of that, they've fallen against other teams. I think we saw that a lot of CoD Champs. Teams that developed strats just to beat complexity and tried using it against other teams, and it just simply didn't work, because they were like, well, these guys aren't playing like complexity, what the fuck? And then they would drop maps that they definitely shouldn't have done. So the big thing is, how do you beat complexity, but how do you make sure that strategy converts to being every other team in the world? I mean, we have Parasite on the team, obviously last year's world champ. He knows about how to develop the strategies. If you look at last year, a very similar thing happened. He was on top last year for 4 events pretty much, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, the kind of metagame changed massively, and he didn't adapt to it. This year, he's in a position where he can actually really adapt to that. I mean, we saw him take packs last year, which was him kind of adapting to the metagame, but then obviously team changes and whatnot kind of screwed everything up for that team. But he's a player who I personally have a lot of faith in. He's a good friend of mine as well, so I think he can do big things for us and Curse.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, all right, I want to ask you guys, if you could pick, this goes to the chat as well. If you guys in the call and the chat could pick any European player to bring over to an American team, who would you bring?
Swanee.
Just move Lightning Pandas here.
See, I really do want that logo. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big fan.
It's sick. Make it the Lightning Red Pandas.
I feel like no one's listening to me when I say Swanee.
No,
Like,
dude, your
I
voice
did listen.
your voice is unheard.
I'm listening. You know I'm listening.
It's like no, you know that I'm listening because we talk every day.
And I do.
You know what I mean? There's
Swanee-
just that connection that you and I have together.
Mad Cat, Swanee, Jerd.
Yeah.
Jerd or
One's
Marky
Jerd.
B.
I
See,
like
the
Jerd.
the
I
big
played
thing
against
is
CCM this weekend, and Marky B was by far their best player. It wasn't even close.
Deloshi,
Yeah.
bro.
the problem with Marky B, and this may sound ridiculous, but it is something that I have to now think about, even though it doesn't really affect me. But if you had Marky B has a very like rough Scottish accent,
Oh yeah.
and would call outs be affected? You know, just something stupid like that. Would that be affected? Like, how is Parasite gonna understand a Scotsman when he goes really rough Scottish when he's concentrating the game?
Yeah.
We won't be able to understand him. But I mean, that's just something really small, and I don't really think that's a massive factor. But again, it's something you have to think about. He's definitely a player that I would love to see out in North America at some time. He's one of my favorite people in Europe. He really is. He's such a nice guy, and as you said, he's a fantastic player. Like, in my eyes, I think he was definitely one of the best on TCM. A lot of hype was put around Moose and Madcat, but for me, Marky just had some consistent games, and Madcat falls over when he walks on stages as well, so that's never good.
Yeah, that's great, dude. Even Broken, by the way, I think Broken's pretty good too. Like,
Problem with that is he's French. Like that's just not going to work because
he does speak English though.
Very very average English though. Like it
You
wouldn't.
speak average English.
I speak the Queen's English. Fine.
Even dude, you speak average English. Like, so what does this mean?
What, me?
No, Benson.
Yeah, that's why I just made that joke. You can't take my joke.
Dude, I said I'm not listening to you.
All right. Well, you know what then? I gotta go make dinner for my wife. No, but seriously, though, I do gotta go make dinner, so I will be back if you guys are still on. But I know that you guys
Yeah,
are
what are you
gonna lose a
making?
lot of viewers when
What
I
are
leave.
you what are you making, bro?
Don't
What are
put
you
mayo on her sandwich, man.
No, dude. I'm making barbecue chicken with mashed potatoes. It's gonna be a good one.
Insta potatoes? I don't know.
Nah, dude.
I don't know how you could eat. Okay.
I don't roll that way.
You mash them and everything.
Ben knows how I can cook.
No, I'm not even gonna front. He's probably one of the best chefs I've ever seen in my life. His food is absolutely unbelievable.
Hit him.
Did he
Hit
put
him.
some-
I don't believe that.
Dale.
I don't believe that at all.
No, trust me, he is actually very good. Like his burgers are legendary. I won't lie.
Listen, I wanna leave a video for you guys here real quick if I can, just because I don't know if you guys know a gentleman by the name of Joshua Krazer.
Yes.
But he is now making YouTube videos. And
Cooking?
No, it's Titanfall. They're Titanfall videos, and they are probably the greatest thing ever. So I'm gonna leave it in the chat for you guys so you can all enjoy it. But it's Titanfall swag moments with Joshua Krazer, and it's absolutely hilarious. So enjoy that. But I gotta go.
Who the hell's Joshua Krazer?
It's your boy Joshua Krazer. Just hit him up, bro. Hit him up.
Krazer.
Let's see.
Yo.
All right. So I'm out of here. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, peace.
But, Ben, we're gonna chat later tonight, right?
Yeah, we
hell?
will,
Do you
baby.
guys- do you guys like-
will.
You guys like video chat till you both fall asleep?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's what we do. You already know.
That's
How did he find out?
not good at all.
I know so much. All right, later,
Just
guys.
assume I know all.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace. Alright. Well, Benson, since you're in here, bro, let's finish this out by talking about your experience in CoD Champs.
I really enjoyed CoD Champs this year. The only part of CoD Champs I didn't like was just how far away the hotel was to the venue.
Was it further than last year? Because last year it was like
Yeah,
20
much
minutes.
further. Much further. It was like a $70 cab. I took a cab there like twice.
Why'd you take a cab? There's a shuttle.
No, I missed the shuttle maybe.
No, that's your own fault then.
Yeah, I know, kind of, a little bit. But nah, in all seriousness, this year was really, really good. I mean, the only thing that sucked was European teams just completely shit the bed, I think it's fair to say. I mean, Epsilon 3-0'd Optic, and everyone was like, holy fuck, these guys look godly. And then out of nowhere, everything kind of turned around on its head. TCM went down, Epsilon went down, every European team went down, and that was kind of like a bit of a buzzkill for the European community. But the Australians, man, that was definitely the highlight of the event, 100%. Those guys,
Sure,
so talented, like unbelievable clutch plays that we saw throughout. And honestly, God, they deserve everything they got from that event. And I really hope to see some success now, maybe some more exposure for the Australian community, because those guys are really good. And yes, Mrs. Violence, I absolutely loved your cheering. It was, yeah, a lot of people have tweeted me saying me
I
and
thought it
Fliz
took away from the gameplay. It was the worst thing I've ever heard.
Really?
No. That was fucking around.
I mean, yeah, like CoD Champs was good. I thought the grand final was very anticlimactic.
Yeah, dude, freaking yeah.
But let's be honest. Like, if there's any team in the world that deserves to win, it's Complexity at that level. Like, they deserve everything they got. They've been the best team in the world for a while now, and I think it would have been
year.
Yeah, it would have been a horrible irony if they didn't win, because it's kind of like you're the best team in the world. You've won 9 out of the past 11 events, but you haven't won the one event that counts. Like, that would have sucked some massive ass for those guys. But they put in the shift. Like, ever since last CoD Champs, they were like, hey, we finished decent, but I want to win everything. And that's essentially exactly what they did. And you got to give them some serious props for that. That just comes down to the determination that each and every one of those players has to be the best in the world. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen after CoD Champs now, because now they kind of have that, because that was their goal for pretty much all year. That was the reason they were done. They just wanted to win CoD Champs, but now they've achieved that goal. Are we going to see potential downfall, or are we going to see them try and keep that drive?
No, dude, I don't think so.
I think it's very
so good.
Once you hit your biggest goal, it's kind of like how do you one up that? How do you stay motivated to do that? I think it's very tough, and that's something definitely Impact last year definitely failed at. So hopefully Cole can sort of learn from Impact's mistakes.
And Impact's mistakes mostly came from personal thing. Like, they still got second at the next event. I mean, Complexity won, but they still got second. But that whole event, they didn't even take seriously. I don't see how.
Yeah, but they didn't really take any event before that seriously either.
That's not true.
No, I don't know, dude. Some of the shit
before Dallas, they put in the most hours, like probably double of any team last year in Black Ops 2. And then they came out and they dominated. You cannot. They lost like one map. How could they not take it serious and lose one map at a tournament?
I've heard some shit. Insane. I've heard some shit on the underground, dude. I'm not gonna say it now, but I've heard some shit.
Okay, but
I'll tell you after the show. All right?
I was probably there for whatever it was. And
anyways,
serious.
But no, I mean, they did play the most hours, but just because you play I don't know, dude. I don't know. Let's move on. Let's move on. I don't want to get into this topic. It's old news.
But how, like, Complexity was so dominant in the finals, because watching NB play up just the way they beat SB, like, that was crazy. Like, that was dominant. Like, that was completely dominant, and they were on fire. They played on fire against Optic, and then they came up against Complexity, and then they just got completely destroyed. That just shows how dominant Complexity was in, like, over the course of the weekend. It was impressive.
It was. I mean, the next event, are they playing at PAX, right?
Yeah.
Next event's PAX, and then after that it's Anaheim, and then Gfinity's in there somewhere, and then
there's like a UMG or somewhere in between there too.
Oh yeah, UMG, Niagara. Yeah, so there's some events coming up, but yeah, it'll definitely. I think they'll still have that fire though. I honestly do. I don't think anything's gonna stop them anytime soon. I mean, they all get along. That's the main thing. So we'll see. We'll see. I think they all get along. What is that? What you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to get along with your teammates when you're winning everything.
That's true too.
I mean, you could have said the same thing, but they dropped Clayster because they didn't get along with him.
Yeah, I guess.
What do you guys think about Optic? I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts about that and the way that.
Yeah, we were kind of.
Oh, my bad.
We were all like kind of shocked by it.
Yeah,
they really
gained respect.
Frank went from hater to lover over a weekend.
But I still got to keep up my like tough exterior. So, like on the down low, I respect them, but like I'm still also like fire shots on Twitter. Basically, is what my conclusion was.
Yeah, he's fully integrated himself into the COD community.
I like it.
I'm wearing orange or green shorts right now in support, for sure.
That's just lame.
Where'd you get
I know,
orange
man.
from?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know.
What's next for you, Pac-Man?
Well, even though I keep placing top 8 and I'm better than everybody, I have to play the online qualifier. So after I
What
probably
is that? What is that for?
so stupid. It's for the next league season that all these teams just got out of playing. So all
Who
the teams
doesn't
that
have
played,
to play that? Or everybody has to play it?
No. All the teams that were already in the previous one are already in the next one. So
Yeah,
that's really
okay.
fair. So even if you got destroyed and you were awful, you're still in the next one. And then 2 teams from this league, from this qualifier that's happening on Saturday, get the top 2 teams, only 2 teams get to play the league. If you don't get top 2 in this qualifier on Saturday, then you're just not going to be in the championship bracket.
And you'll have to play in the open bracket.
It's a huge deal, and I'm hugely against anything that's really important being played online, because online is a joke. So I'm hugely against anything important
That's the
being played online.
consensus. Yeah.
Right. Anybody will tell you that.
Yeah.
So to have something so important being played at a place where it's just not fair. So, but it is what it is. You deal with what they give you.
Exactly.
So that's what's next.
You got to fight through it.
Yep.
So you think you got a good chance to get top 2 in this? What are the teams you're going up against? I know Xfinity's in it. Who else is in it?
Xfinity sucks online, so I'm not really worried about them.
Damn.
I'm just being honest. They'll tell you the same thing. I love those guys to death. They suck online. They have guys with bad internet. I'm more worried about the teams of little kids who have godlike reaction times and have Verizon FiOS in their mom's basement. Those teams are literally impossible to beat. I mean, it sounds like I'm not down. Those players are good, but they just have an incredible advantage over you. They play in the future, so therefore beating them is impossible. So those are the teams.
Shit.
If we get top 2, it'll be because
you rigged the bracket.
Exactly.
Collusion.
Collusion. That's the only way I can explain it. I might have Aches recover my account and play for me.
There you go.
And, yeah.
Then get dropped. No, but other than that, I mean, there's no real roster changes going on other than Formal and Theory left TK, and then I think Curse.
Did anyone announce who's joining?
Curse Youth picked up Miyagi, I believe, and then Methods joined TK.
Yeah, that's a weird one for me. I really don't understand. I don't understand that play because let's assume next year has CoD Champs, right?
Yeah,
Which
Sharp talked about that in his YouTube video. He was like, "We're not looking. I mean, they're looking for right now, I guess." And he said if it gets to the point where he's still on the team next year, that he said they're pretty much just screwed. I was like, so you're gonna take that risk now, knowing that you're gonna be screwed a year from now for $1 million tournament? I don't know.
It's like dating a girl and be like, in 3 months we're gonna break up, and it's like, well, why are we even doing this?
Dude, what is up with you comparing everything to some sort of dating situation tonight?
I don't know. It's a good outside reference, maybe.
Dude, you're in Call of Duty. I mean, I'm sure 99% of the people in the chat right
can't
now
relate.
don't have a girlfriend. What are you talking about?
Man, well then they should get on eHarmony or something. I don't know.
At 16?
Yeah, fake an account or something. Can't you do that? Just lie on the little age thing.
I guess. I
don't know.
But yeah, no, that was a weird move. So
I really do not understand what was going through that.
I don't know who they're gonna.
So is this worth mentioning?
I don't know who their 4th will be. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but we'll see. And apparently, I'm dating Mrs. Violence, so.
And Tinder.
Congratulations.
I support that. I want to get a Tinder sponsorship.
Don't tell T Squared, dude. Don't tell him. I don't want to fight that guy.
He won't find out.
Right?
Yeah.
He won't find out.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything from him. I'm sure he's just chilling.
You
could totally swoop that, dude.
Yeah, right? I mean, I'm only 1,000 miles away. It shouldn't be too hard.
Doesn't stop some of these girls.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that. All right, let's get into something else. But yeah, who knows? Who knows who TK's gonna pick up for their fourth? Who knows who LV is gonna pick up for their 2 or 3
Well, I
or
do
4?
technically.
Shut up, Benson.
Sorry.
But
Just
you
wanted
won't,
to
you
throw that
won't,
out
you won't tell us though, other
I
than
mean, I don't want to say anything
other
until
than
it's
formal.
no. I didn't say formal.
You
Formal would be,
said
be a
that's
good
someone who you're
pick.
looking at though.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at a lot of players. I think formal would be a good pick
Wait,
for any.
what am I so behind on? Now I'm confused.
No, it's got to be the T2 thing. Well, and this'll settle it. Let's just see if Mrs. Violence is on Tinder, then you know.
What?
You know.
I'm so confused.
If she's on Tinder, dude, you can swoop that. That's all I'm saying. You can snatch that.
I don't even know what Tinder is.
It's like a dating app, but you just say if you want to talk to this person or not, and then if you both say that you want to talk to each other, it like puts you into a chat. It's a pretty sick phone app, to be honest.
I'm sure you use it on the daily.
Yeah. It's GPS based.
Oh man.
Welcome to the future, man.
Hell no, we didn't get married already. You think I'm dumb enough to get married at this age? The hell are you
I
talking
thought you were
about?
gonna say to you, and I was gonna be like, "Oh my god!" I was like, you started that sentence, and I'm like, "Oh god, where is this going?"
Oh shit. I'm married? What the hell? What is going on? Alright, this is getting weird now.
Got derailed.
Alright? Shit. I've been cheating on you for a while then, Kelly. I'm sorry. But
And you got swag. You play.
Swag. Play on, play up.
play on. But Benson, you came on late. You got anything you want to talk about before I close this out here?
No, just how awesome I think the last event was. You know, I think everything went really well. I'm glad the fans came out and supported everyone. That was the big thing. I think a lot of people were really worried about was, you know, what's the viewing going to be like, but it was really, really good. So I'm glad everyone came out and really supported CoD Esports. Like, that's the biggest thing, I think. You know, everyone wants to try and grow the community to a point where everyone can make a career out of it, and that's the way it's heading right now. And I think that's good because it used to be the case where people would only watch for certain teams, and now it's becoming more where people just want to watch anyway because they're finding it more and more entertaining, and that comes down to, you know, the quality of the streams. And I think, you know, we got a couple more events this year coming up. I think if we can prove that the streams and like just the production value, you know what I'm saying? That's why when Alex was talking about the Veto thing earlier on, for me that adds so much to the production value of a stream. Something simple like that, I think we'll see more cool concepts. So hopefully for everyone that views into the streams now, they'll have more fun times.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely want to get to that part where it's not where we have good viewer numbers just when Optic's on stream, but good viewer numbers when everybody's on stream. We want a conjoined fan base. But
Do you think the new league system will help that?
Yes.
I'm just curious
100%.
as to everyone's opinion on it.
I really do. I think it adds that consistent basis. You know when teams are going to be playing. You know when teams are going to be, you know, practicing. You know what the schedule is going to be. You can look at the standings. You get updates thanks to ESR daily, which Puckett's working really hard out over in New York.
Yeah.
Like it's all coming together now, which kind of makes it into an exciting sport. Like that's how it's heading. Like it's
Right.
really
It's like-
an exciting direction. I know a lot of people had like worries about the COD League, and they were like, "Oh, this doesn't seem good." But for so long, everyone was complaining, saying, "Why can't we be like LCS? Why can't we be like?"
I
League?"
know, right?
Then
Dude,
we-
when they first announced that COD League, I was like, okay, there's gonna be a week,
A
Wikipedia, a week of bitching. No, a week of bitching, a week of trying to understand it, then a week of being angry that they understand it, and then a week of accepting it, and then it's finally just gonna integrate into the COD community. They're gonna be like, oh wait, this is a good thing for us.
It's like
made
a
me laugh.
relationship when. No, I'm kidding.
God, dude.
It really did make me laugh, like people whine for so long, and then we finally like announce it, and everyone's like, "Yo, this is just fucking retarded." And I was just sat there. I was like, "Are you people for real? Like, do you not have an IQ? This is what people have been asking for so long."
No,
And it's settled down now, and everyone's kind of excited about it, and the way it's going to go moving forward. But for me, that's only going to do wonders for COD as a professional esport. So hopefully, you know, coming to the end of, well, I say we're coming to the end of Ghost. We're not really, are we? But, you know, it's getting to that time where people start thinking about the next game, and, you know, the developers are actively seeking out help, which I think is massive for COD Esports.
Yeah.
Well, I
So
think,
hopefully the next game's going to be great.
like a lot of people, me including, are like kind of upset that Sledgehammer is the main like developer for the next title. But honestly, like now that I've looked at it, I'm kind of happy about it because now there's 3 developers for Call of Duty, so they get an extra year. So like they have 3 years now to develop their game
Right.
instead of only 2. So that kind of it has the guarantee that the games are going to be much better than what they've been for, especially for what this game was. I mean, an extra year
Yeah.
to develop a game, and since we are getting more and more esports like inclined as a title, I mean, it's just going to make the games that much better for our sport. So I think it's going to be a good
It's
thing.
just it's just getting those features there in the first place, and then you
Yeah.
can build off it, right? Because like
Yeah.
in Halo, like it doesn't have it, right? And you
Yeah.
guys with Black Ops 2, it's there now, so you know that going into that title, like that's gonna be a good year.
Yeah.
So that's a huge step in the right direction for the Call of Duty community.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really getting to the point now where it's getting very excited. I mean, you see opportunities arise for players, casters, absolutely everyone that we wouldn't have seen, a year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So hopefully things continue on this trajectory and everyone gets success within esports. That's the goal, right?
That is the ultimate goal. Do what you love.
Exactly. No point doing something you hate, you get bored, and you regret. Have no regrets.
I have 0, Benson.
Good, I'm glad.
I have 0 dignity, so I have 0 regrets. It like goes hand in hand.
Oh, dear me.
This dude over here. This dude. But as I think we've talked about enough, we've been here for an hour and a half. Benson, was nice to come in and conclude the show with us. I appreciate you hopping on for a little bit, Benson. I know you're tired, and it's
Anytime,
early over
buddy.
there for you. Thanks to Golden Boy. He stopped by. He's not here because he's cooking his wife some dinner, but thanks
What
for
a
him
guy.
for coming on.
Oh, wait, I have one sound that I want to end on.
He's married, dude. Like, that goes hand in hand. But thanks to Frank right here for coming on, the love guru. I think
Yeah.
he needs to like, brand that and start.
Let's do it. Make something of it.
Yeah, right. The love
Yeah,
guru.
esports. Oh man, I could do like an esports Call of Duty like relationship show where I talk about all the e-girl drama. Man, we're sparking ideas
see,
right now.
I mean, you would take over Keemstar's job. It'd be great.
There we go.
But Frank,
I could offer like advice.
yeah. No.
Well, not good advice.
Okay. Then,
yeah.
I'm fine
No.
with
Oh
that.
God,
Okay.
it'd be terrible
Okay.
advice.
Okay.
Yeah, but it would be advice.
All right. But thanks to Frank for coming on. Go ahead and follow him. Twitter's Frank the
When-
Show.
Have you started doing this more regularly now, Diesel?
Dude, this is the first one back since I stopped at the end of January. Like, the main reason I stopped before was because it was the beginning of the semester and I had so much work and studying and stuff like that to do, so I was more focused on that. And now that after spring break everything's kind of evened out and I got more time now, so plus I miss doing this. Like, I end it because I hate doing it, but then like after taking a break I end up miss doing it. And as long as I'm back and I'm doing what I want to do, like the way I want to do it, I'll continue doing it. Because going legit like I did was just way too boring. So
Right.
I'm going back to a little bit of the old TWR. So hopefully it's entertaining for the chat and for all the guests and stuff that come on. So I'm gonna try doing this regularly. But one thing I am not gonna do, bringing this back, is keep it on a regular schedule. Because, I mean, the one thing I found out in my experience with this community is that keeping on a regular schedule is great for the real world because it lets, like, all the viewers know when their show's going to be on and they tune in because they like the show. And, there are some of you guys that tune in because you like the TheWRant and you like some of my viewpoints and you like all the guests that I get on and stuff like that. But the main reason people come to watch shows in this community, especially on Twitch and stuff like that, is what the topic is. Like, if there's a heated topic that day, I'm going to run a TheWRant. It's just, it's how you got to do it. So instead of, like, sticking to a schedule, just because sometimes I've got a lot of shit going on and I might not be able to do a show, like, tonight, next week, because I might have something going on. So I'm just going to run a show on just, it's going to be, like, off-the-cuff basis, where if something's going on, I feel like running a show, I'm going to run it. I'm going to try and do a show once a week, sometimes more than once a week if there's a lot of stuff going on, but I'm going to try and get one once a week, but it's not going to be on a schedule. So if you want to know when I'm going live, go ahead and follow me. My Twitter's right there. above my head. Go ahead and follow me. I'll tweet out. I normally tweet out like early morning the day of, then the afternoon the day of, and stuff like that to get the multiple people that are on Twitter at those different times. So that's what I'm going to do from now on, because sticking to a schedule is just not only hard for me, but it's just hard to keep viewers up, because maybe like there's nothing really going on, and then the next day like something goes on, but then if I'm stuck to a schedule, I got to talk about it on the next Wednesday when it's already like died down and then nobody really wants to hear about it anymore. So I'm gonna run on a show by show basis and not on a scheduled basis. So go ahead and follow me, because that's the way you're gonna figure out if I'm going live. Follow the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate everybody that showed up today. Pretty good viewage. We held over 200 the entire time. I'm happy about that for the first show back after a month or so. But hopefully you'll be seeing more of me, more of the TheWRant. I will be on Esports Report on Thursday with Puckett, and I don't know who else, but I'll be over there on Thursday. Not sure what we're talking about. He said like I should come up with what I want to talk about. So if you guys got anything you want me to talk about on Esports Report on Thursday, go ahead and tweet it over to me, and you'll probably hear me talk about it. Most of you guys know me. I'm not afraid to give my personal opinion and honest opinion on something going on. If you follow me on Twitter, you've known that for the past year. But that's all I got for you guys. Don't forget to follow Frank the Show, Benson_EU, about to be Benson_NA. I am hyped about it. Go ahead and follow Golden Boy for the win. We had Pac-Man in here. His Twitter is Rise Pac-Man. Go ahead and follow him. But guys, thanks for tuning in. I will see you next show, whenever that is. I don't even know myself, but go ahead and follow me and you'll know when I know. Peace, everybody.